Live coverage continues from Game 5 of the Footprint Center. Suns win. They have advanced to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Welcome to the Extra Point. I'm Mark McClure on the floor alongside Nick King. The Suns get the victory. They're moving on, but this was anything but easy.
What an absolute roller coaster of the second half. The Suns score 50 points in the third quarter. You think it's over. We're planning the trip to Denver.
Right.
And then the Clippers have 3 possessions, down 2 in the final 2.5 minutes.
Right, and any one of those go in, we might be having a much different conversation, but Devin Booker put this team on his back in the third quarter and did something tonight that not many Phoenix Suns have done in the history of this franchise. Let's take a look at how it looked. There wasn't a whole lot of energy inside the house to start the game. Some empty seats, fans perhaps looking ahead, and the Suns came out attacking. How about Devin to Kevin Durant with the dunk? Durant had 12 in the first half, but he didn't look necessarily right.
Not many people did. I thought Devin Booker was aggressive real early. DeAndre Ayton kept them in it with 18 points in the first half. But, yeah, late arriving crowd. And lifeless, I felt it was for much of the first half in here.
Yeah, the Clippers kept pace, and then a scare as Kevin Durant goes down and falls to the floor holding his back, and you're thinking, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But he gets up, he smiles, he returned to the game, he says he is good. What was not good, though, is the way the Suns played after that. Marcus Morris Sr., the former Sun, he had a big second quarter. The Boo Birds were out for him, and then Cam Payne returned. He gets walked down by Russell Westbrook. Surprised a foul wasn't called here in Westbrook. And Norman Powell, when did he turn into Michael Jordan?
Clippers with 21 second chance points in the first half. That was the difference at halftime.
Suns were down 9 at the break. What is happening? It's a 70-point first half for the Clippers. Where's the defense? A 40-point second quarter for the L.A. Clippers. They weren't going to win. They're like cockroaches. You can't kill them. But in the second half, the Suns had to change the mojo. They did not want to go back to L.A. for a Game 6. Paging Devin Armani Booker here, man on a mission, gets the rebound off the 8 and miss, sticks to 3, and this really started something special.
Do you remember the last time the Suns played a closeout game against a team from L.A.? Devin Booker had 47 points. Tonight, 47 points.
He knows how to do it. There was Kevin Durant, a big 3, and then Booker ahead is going to go rip the rim off right here. He's off and rolling. 8-0 run by himself. Then the runner to give the Suns a 88-86 lead. It looked like they weren't going to look back here as the Clippers should have called timeout, but no, they let Book cook. And I believe they call this next one a heat check pull from long range to rock the arena. It's 94-86, and you're thinking this thing's over. Pulled the starters, warmed the buses, and, just go ahead and rest everybody. 50 in the third quarter. Book scored 25, but the Suns couldn't put this thing out of reach even after this Durant shot here. It's 186. Booker, the exclamation point, it's 102-86. But hold on a second, folks. What were you thinking right here?
I was just like, how? How is this possibly this close?
Yeah, Terrence Mann and then Norman Powell. There's that man again. The lead is 2. The Clippers had 3 chances to tie the game or take the lead, but Josh Okogie, the big defensive play right here, gets it to Durant, finds his way to get the ball back in the bucket. So, yeah, the swings of emotion from down at halftime and not very happy with each other in the locker room to an 18-0 run to winning this one. The Suns would hold on. It's not easy, but it's over. The Suns in 5, which is about what we had when this series started. They advanced with a 136-130 win and send the Clippers home for a second time in 3 years, but they do not have to go back to Los Angeles this time and close things out. Devin Booker, the star of the show, once again, 47 points, 10 assists, falling just short of a triple-double with 8 rebounds. The Suns outscored L.A. 50-24 in the third quarter, but L.A. still got within 3 in the final minutes after the game. Head coach Monty Williams giving credit to his Clippers counterpart.
It was a number of things. One, they just don't give up, and Ty, he's one of the best I've seen at, making adjustments, and most people call it junking up the game, but it's not junk in reference to how he operates, whether it's switching or putting bigger guys on smaller guys and vice versa. And I thought after the 50-point quarter we had, they were going to do some things differently to try to slow us down, and they did, and we didn't execute in certain situations, and they started hitting shots, and then they were making a concerted effort to make or miss, get the ball down the floor and just get to the rim, and that put us in a bind. but we knew it was going to be like that in the closeout game, and to be able to make enough plays down the stretch. I thought J.O.'s steal was one of the biggest plays in the fourth quarter, and we just were able to make enough plays to win the game.
All right, so here's how it looks by the numbers. The Suns certainly shot the ball better, but there's some things to clean up here heading to Denver on Saturday.
Yeah, I was talking pregame. The Suns have by far the fewest bench points of any of these 16 playoff teams, and 22 points tonight is actually their high for the series.
Wow.
But does it matter when you have DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Chris Paul scoring the way they are? Does it matter? We'll probably find out next series.
Well, if they shoot the ball the way they shot it tonight, I don't think it does matter. But when you think about the minutes that they played tonight, the heavy minutes, the 40 minutes, I thought they looked tired in the first half, maybe managing their energy. But Devin Booker, we just got out of the news conference, and there was a conversation had between the whole team before the coaches even got in the locker room at halftime, said the time is now, and Devin Booker certainly answered that call.
Yeah, now the good news is with the minutes, don't play again until Saturday. There's 4 days off between games 2 and 3 next series. We'll get to that. But Devin Booker, he broke the Suns franchise record for 30-point games in the playoffs, passing Charles Barkley. He now has 17 in just 37 career playoff games. He passed Chuck for the most 40-point games in playoff history.
That's hard to believe.
He now has 6. Devin Booker is the only NBA player this postseason with multiple 40-point games. And he's only the third player since 1997 with a 25-point quarter in the playoffs, joining Allen Iverson and Damian Lillard. And, man, he is fun to watch when he gets going.
Yeah, it certainly is, and he wasn't going back to Los Angeles, that's for sure, after the 2021 trip back there in the conference finals. Here's what he had to say post-game about the motivation.
Just feeling it out. We stressed in the locker room. We didn't want to go back to L.A. unless it's for the Western Conference Finals. So, just want to get it done. Being down 9 points coming out of that, we know we want to do it quick. We didn't want to wait until the fourth quarter and try to fight an uphill battle. So, I'm glad we could get some cushion because we needed it.
Certainly needed it, and Devin Booker plays like that, you're going to have a chance at every single game. Kevin Durant, I don't feel like has even scratched the surface. He still is just trying to get in rhythm, and if he takes off, we could be having these conversations live here on the floor until June.
We see these moments from Devin Booker where you can see it all over his face. I'm taking this game over. I don't know that we have seen that from KD yet.
Well, and the best part for Devin Booker is that he has Kevin Durant, and he's not getting blitzed as much, and this is what he's been waiting for. And you think about when he first got to town and taking the losses with Earl Watson. He talked about that in the post-game press conference as well. Taking the losses, learning on the fly. This is the moment he's been waiting for. Definitely sees the moment tonight.
And DeAndre Ayton's brought up back-to-back days, yesterday and tonight after the game, how much of a difference it's making for Devin having Kevin, and I absolutely loved the way KD started his soundbite here talking about watching Book tonight.
I don't scream too much in the games no more as I got older, but when you hit that three on the top of the key, I felt the energy, and I know everybody in our crowd felt it, so we feed off of his aggression. Not just us on the team, but Suns fans watching TV, Suns fans in the arena, his impact and his presence just means a lot to us. So that was incredible to see and to be a part of.
And the very first thing that Kevin Durant said was it was spiritual watching Book.
Yeah, and that was a spiritual performance for sure for a lot of Suns fans who had their hands held high in the arena, and they're moving on and get to watch more Suns basketball here in the postseason. So that's the story here inside. We'll come back with more analysis in a minute, but let's toss things outside to Elliot Polikoff talking with fans. Suns win, they can celebrate, and there's more basketball to be played here in 2023.
Exactly, Mark. Suns fans, they can go home happy, but you talk about the roller coaster that this game was for the Suns on the court, and it kind of mirrored that in the crowd as well. Before the game, it felt like Suns fans were almost having a party because they just had that confidence. You can call it a lack of energy, but I think they were just so confident that the Suns were going to get this win tonight and move on to the next round. And then there was just kind of a sleepwalk lull through that first and second quarter when the Clippers pulled away a little bit right before the half. But that third quarter, I have not seen the Footprint Center as loud as it has been when the Suns just went off, when Devin Booker couldn't miss from the field. You had people saying BLA, screaming at the top of their lungs. You had timeouts, and it was just hard to even hear what you were saying when the crowd was going nuts during those timeouts. But then that fourth quarter, it was like the Suns were almost teasing you, and the crowd, they felt it. You saw the nervous energy. I saw people that literally had to get out of their chairs to take a lap around the concourse because they were worried about the Suns potentially giving this one away, and it was the first time that you really saw the nervous energy start to appear this entire game, and really in the last few games, because the Suns have just been able to get it done on that shorthanded Clippers team. But then those big shots, those big defensive stops down the stretch, the Suns move on, and fans, safe to say, they were celebrating.
Suns are the best. What a good time. You guys know how to party, too.
How you celebrating tonight?
Well, we're going to go to FanDuel, collect some money, and then we're going to have a drink.
And you're going to keep the party going?
Yeah. We'll party for a little bit.
What's a little bit?
Well, we're going to go celebrate Booker's 47.
Until they tell us to go home.
Yeah.
I like the nice conversation there between the father and the son. They had the wife and the sister off to the side right there, and they were having a good time and laughing during that whole conversation. But yeah, they're celebrating. A lot of Suns fans are celebrating. I got my Suns in 4 shirt on now that it's officially Nuggets Suns, and just like last time, guys, I got the clappers out. I'm about to bang on them while I toss it back to you guys.
It's a tradition.
Oh, I only have one. I really wish I got 2 hands for this.
Okay, we're going to get you another one back here for Game 3. So, Ellie Polikoff, people love talking to him. More of the extra point when we come back here on Arizona's Family. Who will the Suns play on Saturday? Well, that would be the top-seeded Denver Nuggets. A look at how the teams stacked up in the regular season when we come back here live from the Footprint Center.
I'm a Valley guy for life. I grew up going to Suns games. I love this. I watch it on TV. I've watched it everywhere I've gone. I've stayed up till 1 a.m. sometimes watching Suns games. And the only thing that my coach gets in me is when I see guys like Kevin Durant and you see Devin Booker and you see the athleticism they have. And you really have a respect for, wow, this is somebody special. Like, you can notice somebody special. And those are special, special people. And this city better appreciate the fact that we have some of the best talent in the country right here and take advantage of it while we have it.
All right, he called it on these very airwaves. Suns in 5. That's Arizona State head football coach Kenny Dillingham, and the crowd tonight got a chance to talk to him. You can hear that whole conversation right now. I posted it to Twitter before the game. The Suns win. They're on to the conference finals, the conference semifinals, to take on the top team in the West, the Denver Nuggets. Game 1 is set for Saturday in Denver. How do you see this thing stacking up?
Well, it's really fascinating because we haven't seen these two teams play each other at full strength.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Durant, they actually played twice toward the end of the regular season. Jokic didn't play. I don't remember if Jamal Murray played. It'll be interesting to find out.
Yeah, and if Denver is looking like one of, if not the best teams in the league right now. They closed out their series tonight with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Nuggets came into this one with a 3-1 series lead. I was surprised they didn't close it out in Minnesota just the other day.
Yeah, you know, Anthony Edwards is awesome. He is really, really fun to watch. Giving the Wolves a 13-5 lead early, but there's Jokic and the passing. He didn't shoot it well tonight, but he's always going to dish to Aaron Gordon there. 12 assists for Jokic on the night. Fourth quarter, less than 2 to play. There's Edwards again. It's a tie game, 102 all, but then it's Jokic. The rebound for the 2-point lead.
Was that referee?
Onions. And the Nuggets ultimately do survive. A 3-point win, 112-109, surviving the 3 at the buzzer from Minnesota. So, Jokic, triple-double, 28 points, 16 boards, 12 assists. And, yeah, now we get Suns Nuggets, and they're maybe 2 of the only fully healthy teams right now, which does make this series compelling.
And we were talking off camera before the break, trying to remember the last time that these two teams played healthy, and that was your first year here, the year they went into the bubble, but before COVID, they played 2 games back-to-back here, I want to say in either November or December, and they both came down to the final seconds. I think we're looking at a really, really good series here. A little concerned about the Suns' defense and how Aiden stacks up with Jokic.
Yeah, I think he's done pretty well against him historically. He seems to enjoy playing against Jokic.
But you see the record this year, you throw that out. I mean, it's the regular season. Everybody's doing load management. Denver, do you think they get enough credit for being as good as they are, being the #1 seed?
I think people thought they were really good early in the year, and I'm not sure that they've played as well lately.
Yeah, points per game there. I mean, it's about the same, but, Kevin Durant wasn't playing, so
exactly.
what do we make of
Book
that?
got hurt on Christmas when they played.
Right.
It's hard to make anything of what we saw from the teams against each other in the regular
You're seeing
season.
so many close games in the playoffs. I think you're going to see more close games here, and it starts on Saturday in Denver, and Nick is actually going up there, and we'll have all the live reports for you. So we're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk more about this series and where the Suns go from here and wrap up today in sports. The Extra Point coming back live from downtown Phoenix. Suns win. Suns in 5. They're moving on. All right, we're back. Your play of the night is actually this is the first
quarter
time.
of the night.
Your quarter, yeah, Devin Booker. The way he played the third quarter, the entire 12 minutes of game time. Our play of the night, 25 points in the third quarter. The Clippers had 24 as a team. He's just the third NBA player since 1997 to score 25 points in a single quarter of playoff action in the Suns.
Only
win.
missed one shot.
Unbelievable. If he continues this, it's going to be a fun series. Nick headed to Denver. We'll see you back here tomorrow night on these same airwaves, Arizona's family on the Extra Point.